gonna try setting up a couple of the T-posts because I have a lot of errands to do today, so I won't be able to later on. But first, I'm gonna put on some earplugs. Personally, I wouldn't use earbuds anymore because even though they were very inexpensive, they were probably like under $2, they didn't work for me because my ears are really small, so getting them into my ears was really difficult. And then once I started sweating, they just kept sliding and popping up, and I wished so badly that I had just bought the noise cancellation earmuffs, but I didn't think about it at the time, and I had already picked these up. Later on, I did wind up buying some, but for this part of the project, I unfortunately didn't have them. And I do recommend protecting your ears because whenever you're pounding the T-post into the ground, the sound of the driver hitting the T-post is just metal against metal, and it's very, very loud. So ear protection is definitely a must. Additionally, because I have so many tree pots, I couldn't get the ladder wedged in the right position so that I could reach the areas where I wanted to insert the T-post. So instead, I decided to just stand on the pots and do it that way, because standing on the pots gave me close to 2 feet worth of height so that I was able to actually reach the top. But it also made it a lot more awkward and difficult for me. So the way that I worked around it was just by taking my time, and I wasn't able to do really big strikes to get the T-post inserted as quickly as I usually would. But by working slowly, I was able to be a little bit safer, because I've seen videos where people lift the T-post driver far too high and sometimes it can fall on their head, and I didn't want that to happen. So I'm usually very cautious to get a really good grip on it, and I do a lot of small hits versus doing less big hits so that I don't injure myself. The good thing is, because I painted the black, they blend in and you can't really see them. It's totally worth it. I was thinking about not doing it because I wanted to get it done already, but I'm really glad I did. I think I'm gonna put the last one in that corner right there. Usually, I prefer to tackle any really labor-intensive garden project either really early in the morning or later in the evening, right before the sun goes down. However, I had a really busy morning and came out to the garden as soon as I could, but by the time I was finally able to start setting up the T-posts, the sun was fully out. I still went ahead with completing this part of the project, even though I knew it would be 10 times harder, because once the middle of the day hit, the temperatures were going to be pretty intense, and at this point, I'd taken down the shade cloth covering the orchard so I could test another method of setting it up. Thankfully, the shade cloth over the main garden stayed intact, but I wanted to reattach the shade cloth up on this portion because not only would it help to protect my trees, but it would also give some relief to the veggies I had planted in containers. One thing to keep in mind is that the plants in the raised garden beds tend to stay cooler, not only because the garden beds have open bottoms that lead into native soil, but the garden beds are also built out of wood, which doesn't heat up as fast. However, the vegetables in the orchard part of my garden usually suffer more because they are planted in plastic pots, which heat up much faster, and because they're set on top of turf, that makes matters worse. The turf heats up a ridiculous amount during the summer months, and I detest it, but I can't remove it, so to work around it, I'm trying to cool down the area with the shade cloth as quickly as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like growing in containers because even though the plastic nursery pots heat up quickly, they also cool down quicker, and if I didn't have pots, this portion of serendipity wouldn't exist because of the turf. Truthfully, I've had to do a lot of workarounds in regards to gardening in my backyard due to the way we designed it before I really got into gardening. I can't go back in time and change a lot of things that I regret now, but one day when I rebuild serendipity in another property, I'll definitely stay far, far away from turf and paver walkways. Aesthetically, it looks nice, but there are so many other alternatives that can look just as beautiful while keeping the garden cool, which is something that I want to focus on, especially because I garden in Arizona, which heats up really bad in the summer. Additionally, even though the sun was pretty hot by this point of the morning, I still went ahead with reattaching the shade cloth because I was hoping to get ahead so I could use my time in the evening to focus on cleaning up the garden in order to make more progress, as I knew time was quickly ticking away. I need a water break. Hold on. This is the last one, but I think But I think I need to move some of these containers out of the way because I need to get the ladder in there. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to reach, and I want it to come out straight this time. So first, I'm going to take off all these staples. The reason I decided to set up more conduit poles was to pivot from my original idea and test out another method of attaching the shade cloth. The pulley method definitely worked in functionality, but it wasn't as stable and durable as I would have liked. I think the reason for this is due to the fact that I used clothesline instead of braided wire cable. Had I used that, I think the shade cloth wouldn't have sagged quite as easily because the clothesline stretches out far more quickly over time. However, the reason I didn't just buy braided wire cable is because I didn't know how to use it or set it up, and I was still very intimidated by it at this point. There were times when I tried looking up what I would need, but in the end, I'd come away feeling more confused and overwhelmed as I didn't even own tools for cutting through it, and I was desperate to just get the shade cloth up so I could meet my deadline. In the end, I decided to just abandon the idea of a pulley system, and instead I decided to set up more T-posts and conduit poles so I could attach a shade cloth in a few more areas to keep it taut. By setting up a couple more poles, I would also have the opportunity to stretch out the shade cloth to cover a larger part of the orchard. I hoped this method would hold up to any monsoon storms that stopped by over the next few weeks so I could complete my project on time. Personally, I found the pulley method of setting up shade cloth to be a lot less labor intensive and probably also much cheaper than buying more conduit poles and T-posts, and if I wasn't on such a time crunch, I would have definitely taken the time to figure out how to work with braided wire cable. However, because I had such little time left to transform and bring the garden back to life, I had to stick to what I knew. I'm going to attach the poles using zip ties. When securing the conduit poles to the T-posts, I sort of wedged them into the corners of the T-posts to make them fit more snug, and I also made sure the conduit poles were on the backs of the T-posts facing the cinder block fence. My hope was that this would keep them secure during really windy days, and it would also allow me to tighten them together better so there was little to no movement. I added zip ties on the top, middle, and bottom areas of the poles so they wouldn't detach too easily. And the zip ties I used were a little long, so at times I looped them around twice to reduce the amount I needed to trim off. I hoped that by doubling them up, they'd be stronger, but I wasn't sure it would work, so I also attached several in the normal way, where I just looped them around once, then tightened them as much as I could before trimming off the ends. For this part, I'm taking this clamp, one of these little eyelet screws. I put it in here. This thing has a little hole at the bottom, so I put it in through there, and then I use the nut to attach it on the other side. So. And then I bolt it in place. But you know what? I need my tools. I keep tightening it until this closes all the way. My phone's about to die, so I'm just gonna finish setting up the rest of the posts and then I'll show you what the final product looks like because that should be easy. I'm almost done. I've attached the shade cloth to every other post except for this one because the black shade cloth is just a little bit short, so it's really hard to pull it and try to zip tie it in place. But what is that? All I'm using is zip ties because as long as I get it through the shade cloth and through the hook, I can then start tightening it up as I need. And I'm just gonna take extras up just in case. I still used plastic zip ties to attach the shade cloth to the conduit poles instead of using metal zip ties because I didn't have a chance to stop by Harbor Freight to pick some up in time. The plastic zip ties would work for a while, but they wouldn't be a permanent solution, so I knew eventually I'd have to climb the ladder again to replace them, but it wouldn't be something I needed to do right away, hopefully. Even though the days were still blistering hot, they were significantly cooler compared to a few weeks ago, so I figured the plastic zip ties would last longer because the sun wouldn't eat them up and turn them brittle right away. Attaching the last few corners of the shade cloth was much more difficult, so I used several zip ties to get it close enough before tightening them for a cleaner look. This part was a little hard on my hands, but I couldn't wear my gloves because they prevented me from getting a good grip on the zip ties. Something that would have made this process much easier would have been to attach the shade cloth to the conduit pole before attaching the conduit pole to the T-post. A simple change like that would have made a world of a difference, but unfortunately, it didn't cross my mind until now. I'm finally done, except for one last little part that I just can't reach, so I'm gonna have my husband finish that when he gets out of work, but everything else is set up. So let me show you what it looks like. This is the shade cloth all set up. It looks so nice and taut, and the only little area that I couldn't reach is that little section right there. I just need a zip tie to connect the two. It's not a big deal. It's not gonna make a difference, except I'm gonna notice it every single time. I tried my best, but I just can't reach. And because I have all these plants in the way, I can't get through. So I think he'll be able to reach. Maybe we'll set up the ladder on the other side. Everything else is done. Look how pretty it is. Now we have enough clearance for all of the plants to get shaded without being smothered. And then this is one thing that I noticed from, I think, the storm. It broke off some of my pineapple guava branches because it was just so low and kind of thrashing against all of the plants. So hopefully that won't be an issue anymore. And now I have a bunch of that cord laying around, which I'm gonna use no matter what. I noticed that I have a lot of melons forming in random places throughout the garden, melons and watermelons. So I'm gonna make macrame hangers for those. That way I can keep them off the floor. And otherwise, I'm done. I'm so ready to go inside. I am beyond exhausted. I need to go shower. Now that everything's done, I can finally finish cleaning up the garden. because now the plants are protected. I even have enough clearance for my mulberry tree. Now my peach trees will be protected. You can see how sad they looked for a while. They started getting a little bit more color and pushing out new growth with just a few days of the shade cloth up. So hopefully this brings back some of my plants. And then there's other things like my guava tree, which just fried to a crisp. Hopefully there's some life left in it. This was a pink tropic guava, and then the red Malaysian guava was looking the exact same way. But after having some shade cloth up, it started pushing out new growth. The only thing is that any fruit that it had on it did get completely fried. But hopefully my trees can survive. Please. And then the same thing for this peach tree. You can see all of the older leaves. Look how sad they look. And then after having a little bit of shade cloth, look at all this. Started bouncing back. And this shade cloth I pulled as close to the wall as I could. Yep. My energy right now is at a 1%, but I am so proud. I can't believe I got it done.